Is this thing on? Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2 3. Testing. 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 All right, we on. Hopefully. Let's see here. Exo solo. Shoot. All right, let's get this show on the road. So it's NBA Week 20. I actually had to look that up because I think a couple years ago the NBA started going by weeks, sort of like the NFL did. But this week in the NBA has been rather weird. I wouldn't say weird, but interesting. Very interesting. And we only got a couple more weeks to go. What we got in here so far? Of course, Josh is in here. What's again? What up, franchise? Glad you're back again with another live stream. Well, I'm glad I am too. Actually, I was gonna have it yesterday, but I ran into some things right quick. But before we begin, I'm gonna let some people get in here right quick. I'll be right back in 20 seconds. All right, I'm back. Oh, shoot. So, some people need to get cooked. Reading this headline. Some people need to get cooked. A lot of people need to get cooked, especially from the great state, the golden state of California, especially from the second largest city. They got two teams, right? Clippers and the Lakers both play in the same stadium up until 2025 when the Clippers finally go to Inglewood. But until then, they play in the same stadium, right? But they got problems right now. Who do I want to start with first? Do I want to start with the Lakers, meaning Anthony Davis, or do I want to start with the Clippers? Or better yet, aka the strippers. Who do I want to start off with first? I think I'll start with the most recent FO. I'll start with the Clippers. See, everybody wants to go, especially whenever the Clippers lose, everybody wants to go ham on Westbrook, right? Granted, he had a sorry ass game last night. I'm sitting here watching this game, right? While I'm doing videos. And I look at the scoreboard for the game. The Clippers are up by at one point in time 10 points, right? I'm thinking, oh, they got the Warriors right where they want them. There's no reason they should lose this game. And they had a lead all the way up until probably whenever I stopped watching. So I turn back. So I go to my other computer. I turn back around, look at the TV, and they're down by almost 20 points. I'm like, what the hell happened to this team? What the hell happened? And I go back to my other computer. I look again, and pretty much the game is over. So, what's going on with the Clippers? Because you can't just keep blaming it on Westbrook. That seems like, once again, they scapegoat for everything. Who's blaming on Westbrook? Blame it on Westbrook. Blame it on Westbrook. Blame it on him. Blame it on him. But we do forget that the Clippers, even before Westbrook got there, they were sloping anyway. Let's not act like the Clippers were a first place team. Denver has had the first place since probably December, late December, early January so far. So let's not go there with that. This team up and down, I don't know what it is. Uh Kawhi is not a leader. I forgot who I was listening to today. Called Kawhi Droopy the dog. But anyways, Kawhi is not a leader. He needs to get with it because I don't know what's going on with him right now. Uh Paul George is turning into what you guys call pandemic P. He's turning into that now. What's the other guy? Norman Powell. He was nowhere to be found. 2 points last night. Zubac didn't play. Uh, yeah, Zubac didn't play. One of the Morris twins didn't play, and there was no Wiggins or Stephen Curry last night. Clippers still managed to lose by 20 something. What the heck is wrong with this team? This is a team effort. This is not one person's fault. This is a team effort. Eric Gordon, he was bricking shots too. He was breaking everything last night from when I was watching. This is a team effort. And Miles Bumbley actually he was the only one that actually looked like he was trying to play last night. I think he had a double-double. I think he had like 15 points and 20 rebounds last night, which is easy to do on the Warriors because they really don't have a dominant big man. Nobody really does have a dominant big man these days. But gee whiz, we just can't keep blaming it on Westbrook. Even though Westbrook, I don't even think he had a rebound last night. So that's an issue as well. You can't go a whole game without getting a rebound. What the heck is wrong with y'all out there playing? And somebody asked me, why did you pick the Clippers to go to the finals? Because at the beginning of the season, I thought they was going to make it to the finals. They go off the finals, blah, blah, blah. What do you mean why I picked them to go to the finals? They're a finals team, but they're not playing like one. Are they? No, they're not. They're playing like a bunch of bums right now. So yeah, don't get mad at me because I decided to pick the Clippers to come out of the West. I should have known after they blew that 20-point lead against the Bucks almost a month ago. I should have known that this team has issues, big time. So, and Ty Lue, man, Ty Lue. So there's one thing I wanted to point out. What we saw, what all of us probably saw, not the Clippers, but the Warriors were not holding Westbrook. They kind of sagged back and let him shoot. And Ty Lue said he has to run pick and rolls to get Westbrook involved. That may be a problem right there if you can't get him involved by shooting. I don't know what it is with Westbrook shooting. I don't know. But now you got the Westbrook haters say, hey, you guys thought it was LeBron's problem. LeBron was the issue why the Lakers weren't winning. Let's say this. Since LeBron has been on the Lakers, the first season he got to the Lakers, they sucked. He kept getting injured. 2019-2020 season, you have them there. But I do finally remember, somebody actually brought this up. And actually, I also remember this as well. Before the season stopped during the 1920 season, the Lakers were heading into problems, right? But luckily for them, they got 4 months off. Everybody got 4 months off, but they got 4 months off. Because I kept saying this. Sooner or later, you guys can twerk all around. The Lakers got Anthony Davis and everything. Sooner or later, Anthony Davis is going to get hurt. But nope. The league is shut down. Everything else is shut down. They get lucky. Since then, what have the Lakers done? 2020-2021 season? What happened? Lakers in the play-in. What happened next Saturday? They play the Suns. Get their ass bust. What happened last year? They don't make it to the playoffs. This year, they probably won't make it to the playoffs unless somebody try to run up some black magic to get them into the playoffs by calling a whole bunch of calls. But as of right now, there's no Anthony Davis, and probably LeBron could possibly be done for the whole entire season. Now, here's the other person that needs to get cooked that resides in Los Angeles at this moment in time. Anthony Davis, y'all. Anthony Davis. How many times? I don't understand how you keep getting hurt, my guy. I never seen anybody get hurt that much in my life. And my whole time of watching the NBA, I had never seen anybody get hurt this much. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. It makes no absolute sense. I can't believe somebody can get hurt that much. Mm, 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 mm. I said the Lakers let's say this. What are their record right now? 29-33 or something like that? Let's see right quick. Look on my phone. One of my phones. Let's see the Lakers record right now. I should bring it up on the screen. Tonight they play against the Minnesota Timberwolves, who are hungry and actually are in. So the Lakers are 30-33. Timberwolves are 32-32, but they're playing in LA without Anthony Davis. Interesting. They lose tonight. They will have to win 18 more games. They had to go on an 18-game winning streak if they lose tonight. But being in the West, you don't need to do much to get to the play-in because if you look at the playoff picture right now for the Western Conference, outside of, let's say, the 1 versus 3 seeds, 4 through 13 can be scattered any day, any night. Meaning somebody can lose, somebody can win, somebody else can lose, somebody else. It's crazy. But the Lakers currently right now are in 11th place, but they're how many games away? A game and a half from being out and being back in 13th place if they lose tonight. That's ridiculous. It's crazy. It's very crazy. But right now, Suns and Mavericks are doing everything, and Warriors are doing everything they possibly do to win. So's the Timberwolves right now. Clippers at 7th spot right now after those 4 L's. But you know what? You know what's crazy though? Out of the Lakers, maybe even the Trailblazers, New Orleans, Clippers, Mavericks, Warriors, Suns, Grizzlies, and Nuggets. The only team that's not being talked about is in prime position to get to the playoffs, and nobody's really talking about them, is the Sacramento Kings, which are 36-25, 7-3 of their last 10. Nobody's talking about them at all. Why is that? Is that because they play in Sacramento, a small market, which is basically an hour and 20 minutes away from San Francisco, where the Warriors reside? which when I was out there, I didn't realize how close Sacramento was. It's crazy. Um, it's amazing. Nobody's want to talk about the Sacramento Kings. But it's also finding it amazing that that the ESPN, the FSN, was it FS1, doesn't want to talk about another team that plays in the East that's currently in first place, but we're going to get to them later. Let me read these. Let me read this right quick. No Wiggins, no Gary Payton the second, and we still lose. Sad. Who's the new scapegoat now on the Lakers? Well, you know who it is. It's Anthony Davis. It's slowly becoming him. Aiden Quiet is like that guy from that was all wrapped up from that SpongeBob episode who was selling chocolate. Yeah, that guy. Always in bandages. Everyone's blaming Westbrook for those 4 L's. Really happy for my guy De'Aaron Fox for getting this team to the playoffs. Yeah, you gotta continue on because, like I said, they are in third place right now. They play the Clippers tonight. They're 3 games ahead of the Phoenix Suns. I'm gonna get to the Suns later because everybody right now is losing their damn mind. I don't know why. But yeah, they're only 3 games away from the Suns, so anything can possibly happen from now until then. You know what Westbrook is reminding me of? Well, Westbrook reminds me of this one episode of The Simpsons where Bart's, I don't know if he struck out. I forgot. Did he struck out or hit a home run or something like that? Or threw a pitch for a home run? Something like that happened. And it was a big game between Springfield and I think it was Capital City. And Bart lost the game for him. And the whole city of Springfield basically just bullied Bart for like a whole entire week until Bart is basically besides himself, depressed. That's what the media has been doing to Westbrook. That's what they've been doing. What Springfield did to Bart after he lost that baseball game. I forgot what season that was of The Simpsons, but I think it's an older episode. But that's what they doing now. Treated him like Bart Simpson when he freaking choked in that baseball game against Capital City. They teased Bart. They made fun of Bart. Bullied him. Grown people bullying him. Kids bullying him. To the point when he went off the grid. That's Westbrook. If I was Westbrook, I'd call it the season or call it a career after this season. Because the Skip Drayless, I forgot what freaking Trae Young called him. It was funny. But anyways, Skip Dracula face Bayless is gonna keep going after him. They're gonna have freaking Brian Windbag or Brian Windberger, whatever you want to call him. I heard some funny names with his name. I like Windbag. It's funnier. Brian Windbag got him calling a vampire. And we know who the true vampire is in the locker room, but nobody wants to say it, only except for certain people in the YouTube section already know it's JR from Akron, who's the real vampire. Just retire, Westbrook. It's over. Time to give it up. But he's probably not going to retire after this season just to prove a point. It's funny, he goes to the Wizards, right? A couple of seasons ago. And the Wizards hadn't been to the playoffs, I don't know how long before he got there. And all of a sudden, they're back in the playoffs. Go through the play-in and get to the playoffs with Bradley Beal. What has the Wizards done since Westbrook left? Where are they at right now? Matter of fact, where are the Wizards' record right now? The Wizards are in 10th spot. They are in the play-in at 30 and 32. 6-4 of the last 10. All right. But the Wizards haven't been anything. It's crazy how things go. It's crazy. But at the same time, nobody wants to say anything about James Harden choking. I'm coming from James Harden too. I know he had a somewhat decent game, but this is my thoughts on James Harden. If you guys haven't heard it now, I just think James Harden is highly overrated. I'm gonna have some fans probably coming after me soon. Actually, he's highly overrated. I think he kind of ruined contribute to the league and where it's at now. It also contribute to other levels of basketball, the lower levels of basketball. You can't go to a damn freaking gym. You got people out here thinking they James Harden, these freaking ugly ass step backs. Motherfuckers stepping back, losing their footing. They already can't shoot. They already got no core strength. So how you gonna step back further and shoot a shot and airball it? James Harden ruined the game of basketball. Stephen Curry ruined the game of basketball because now all these kids think they gotta be like that. Kids don't know how to make a mid-range at all. It's ridiculous. All the kids want to do is sit there and dribble, like Charles Barkley said about James Harden. Dribbler. That's all they do is dribble. They don't know how to pass. Well, Stephen Curry know how to pass, but they don't know how to pass. Oh, I see. I remember that player's choice. I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that comment soon. They don't know how to pass. Half of them don't know how to shoot. Half of them don't know how to play basketball mentally. They got no strategy. It's just ridiculous. And that's kind of what the NBA is with some people. So yeah, some of these dudes are athletic as hell. I'm sure they can dunk. They're fast and quick and everything. Some of them can probably even shoot. But some of these dudes, basketball is not all about just skill also. It's all about having heart, will, and also it's a mind game. It's mind games. It's mental. Basketball is mental. Play with people, they don't even got it. They don't got it mentally. They don't got it in their heart or willpower. So that's what's going on with Ben Simmons right now. That light-skinned boy got no willpower, no heart, no determination. And that's why I made the video earlier this week saying Giannis is the last of a dying breed. Because Giannis has all of that. But I'm going to get to Giannis later. I don't want to get ahead of myself. Let me read some of these. The media ruined Westbrook's reputation. LeBron didn't bother supporting him. No, because LeBron brought him there particularly for that reason, to get the heat off him. I remember LeBron. This is for everybody. Because I've been saying this since 2020. Ever since the bubble, since 2020, with all the George Floyd stuff going on, all that stuff. LeBron fooled all y'all. Talk about he for black people, all that. LeBron fooled y'all. He fooled y'all big time. Now, I'm not going to get too political on here. I might, you know what? I've been thinking, sidetrack, not to get sidetracked. I've been thinking to start a Patreon so I can talk about stuff like this and do other stuff that possibly that you cannot do on here for all three of my channels. But I'm still thinking about starting that Patreon. I might just do it so I can talk about other stuff that can't be talked about on YouTube. But like I said, LeBron fooled all y'all with his freaking black power, black activist crap. He ain't no black activist. He's only out there for himself, just like the rest of these damn celebrities are. All these celebrities fooled y'all into thinking they for y'all. They ain't for y'all. They fooled y'all so you can go vote for the freaking Fafutzfa, as I call them. If you can guess who they are, you know who they are. They want y'all to vote Crip, not Blood. They told you Blood is racist. But secretly, Crip is racist. Probably even more racist than Blood is. And y'all got some of y'all just out there. I ain't saying my people out here that are subscribers. I don't know about y'all politically, but they got some of y'all all freaking all messed up in the head. Thinking that freaking Centurion was gonna freaking do something as president. Got y'all all fooled. LeBron got y'all all fooled. I knew he was a freaking buster before that. But anyways, LeBron ain't for black people. He only for himself and what he can get. You know about himself and his money. Class A narcissist. But anyways, let's move on. Funny how LeBron how LeBron didn't want to support him when everyone was trash, but Russ, after he threw cry on the bus, now he wants to support him going to LA. That's how LeBron is. He's a narcissist. Let me get through all these right quick. I got a lot. People on Player Choice said Harden was better than AI. Yeah, I saw it. Listen to that stream. You know what? You can't get me to be on that Player's Choice. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Nope. Nope. Give me hypertension being on them streams because they just be saying dumb stuff. Jokic is better offensively than Kobe Bryant. Nigga, please. Jokic is better offensively than Kobe Bryant. John Stockton wasn't that good. A bunch of dumb stuff they be saying on there. Harden was better than AI. I'll take AI 10 out of 10 times if I had to pick between those two to be on my team on a 505 pickup. Iverson had heart. Harden, no. He just want to date strippers and IG models and BBLs and hang out with rappers. He ain't got no heart. He ain't no basketball player. Harden, I like Harden, but he didn't take his team to the finals like AI. Nope, he can't. Because this basketball is not for winning. It's for getting people in seats and maybe ratings, if anything. Nobody wants to give the Bucks credit after a 16-game winning streak. I'm gonna get to that. I'm trying to get to all these. I'm gonna get to that because they're next. Not to be political either franchise, but I remember at a point in time I thought Jay-Z was down for us. I never thought Jay-Z was down. These celebrities got everybody fooled. I don't get celebrity worship either. I know people personally that worship celebrities. It's sickening, but when you call them out for it, they go on their feelings. Oh, that's all. I guess that's if you want to do that, fine. If you want to worship celebrities, fine. But it's not the move. That's why I don't get all bent out of shape when people go after Giannis like that. It's not that serious. Because these guys, these NBA players ain't gonna do the same for you. So why would you do the same for them? That's why I get so I start laughing when I called out Jokic for he's not MVP and people got in their feelings about it. Same thing with the LaQuire. They get so adamant and all offended when he say something about LeBron. It's ridiculous. They worship LeBron like he's a god. People like to hear the truth about the Lakers. Are they really being eliminated from the playoffs for the third time in 5 years? Do they? I think they're done. I think it's over for them. Either way, they do get to the playoffs. They ain't gonna last long. And from what I heard, LeBron may have to get surgery anyway. So I don't know. But let me talk about the Bucks right quick. So what is up with ESPN not saying anything about them? FS1. Other time FS1 said something about the Bucks was Giannis with that whole daily show thing when freaking Shannon Sharp lost his complete mind because Giannis made a joke that he didn't even write. See, I said something about this is why I feel about the Bucks right now. They had a big time winning streak like this 3 years ago, but this is 41, of course. And I said this before. Only 16 games I'm worried about them winning in a row, or 16 games that they can possibly win is in the playoffs. They win 16 games, they champions again. But you know what's going to happen? Even if they do win, right? They still won't get their respect. I remember this fondly because, I couldn't really celebrate too much Now I couldn't celebrate too much after they won the finals because the next day I had to travel. So I couldn't do too much celebrating. I had to wake up early the next day. So no drinking for me. But I was listening to what everybody had to say. You know how everybody has something to say after the finals, commentating on everything. And I remember this is when I knew it was a bunch of freaking BS going on. I remember what's his name? Steven Jackson, aka CB4, was talking about the Giannis won with a super team. I was like, okay, Giannis won with a super team. Who's on the super team that I didn't know about? Chris Middleton is not a superstar. He's an somewhat all-star, but he's not on a level of Dwayne Wade or anything like that. Drew Holiday is not on a level of Dwayne Wade or anything like Kyrie. So they was already trying to dismiss Giannis's achievement already. Less than 24 hours after winning. It's ridiculous. I don't know what's wrong with these people out here. They don't want to give them respect at all. And what's been really impressive about them during the 16-game winning streak is not just Giannis, the way he's been playing. It's outside. You cut Giannis off the rest of the team. You got to look at the other parts of the team. And this is what I finally wanted to see. This is why I wanted to see last year in the playoffs. Everybody else stepping up offensively. There have been at times, especially game 7, outside of Giannis, people just disappear. Drew Holiday, when Giannis has been out or even on the bench, Drew Holiday has stepped up his game big time. Big time. And he's playing on both sides of the ball. He's playing on both sides of the ball. What point guard is doing that right now? Name me one. It's not Kyrie. It's not Luka. It's not the freaking treasure trove down in Atlanta. It's not Jalen Bronson. It's not we know it's not Chris Paul. He can't move like that no more. Well, I don't even know who's the point. Who is the point guard in Denver? I don't even know who the point guard in Denver is. But anyways, there's not a lot of point guards out there playing two-way ball. Like the way Drew Holiday's playing. Definitely not Marcus Smart. When Curry was playing, it was definitely not Stephen Curry. Nobody else is playing like that at the point guard position like Drew Holiday is. It's time to give him his damn respect. Oh, yeah, that's the other person. Definitely not Donovan Mitchell. But I think he plays shooting guard. So it's the other dude. I forgot his name right now. But it's not him. Their defense is anchored by their big man up their front court. Because they kind of undersized in the back court. Brook Lopez, I had to apologize for Brook Lopez. I thought he was done after that back surgery. But this year, he should be Defensive Player of the Year. Because what makes it hard for teams to play against the Bucks, if you ain't shooting, if you ain't hitting your shots, you really can't do too much on the interior because they're down there playing defense. Both Giannis and Lopez is down there playing defense. We still have to give credit to Javon Carter, even though he's undersized at 6'1". The man has heart. He has so. Now he has some time to turn the ball over. Sometimes he may take too many threes, but he out there giving it his all. Both sides of the ball. I know they have kid gloves on Chris Middleton right now, but when he's in, he's been hitting. I'm not so big on Grayson Allen, but he's doing what he got to do out there. Jay Crowder, we ain't asking for much. We ain't asking him to do a little bit more than what PJ Tucker did. I know he can do a little bit more than PJ Tucker did almost 2 seasons ago. But he's been a fine addition so far. even though I had some doubts about it, because I feel like this team eventually they will have to get younger. Bobby Portis is back. So they gonna have to start giving this team credit. And for anybody out there listening, or maybe listening on the playback, because I think it was Two Raw's video. Yeah, yesterday. It could have been yesterday. Yeah, Two Raw's video yesterday. Someone asked, why isn't the Bucks being talked about? And they feel like Two Raw was the only one talking about it. There's plenty of people talking about the Bucks out there. And I'm one of them. Now, I may not talk about them every day, but I talk about them well enough. Since the season started, I got 31 videos on the Bucks. So let's not get it twisted out there. But I remember LeBron James won that last ring he got. He's talking about, it was about that time I get my respect. Giannis needs his respect because he hasn't got it yet. Man won a ring, scored 50 points, got a double-double, and he still ain't getting all the respect, at least from the media. I think some NBA players are. I remember Jason Tatum last week in that interview that they was taken during All-Star Weekend. They asked who's the best player in the league. He probably said it was Giannis. Even though Don Morant over there probably thinks it's his own self. I'm going to get to John Morant pretty soon. Let me read these last two right quick. I remember Stephen A. Smith said that Donovan Mitchell was the best Jazz player ever. Stephen A. need to get his hair cut. Stop growing that bald and receding afro. Probably the best Jazz player in Utah Jazz history is probably Karl Malone. And he's been getting hella flack. It was just weird to me. It's funny how people pick up on things from somebody's past and try to use it against them in the future. Even though it's like, at this point, it's like, what can you do now? And I had to put before Donovan Mitchell, probably had to put John Stockton. I put John Stockton before Donovan Mitchell. At least John Stockton and Karl Malone got to a finals twice. They was consistent during the 90s. It's freaking ridiculous what these people be saying. Remember when Gilbert Arenas said Giannis was a championship caliber player a year after they won? Gilbert Arenas has been on a freaking loony juice since 2008, 9, 10, whenever. What they call him out there in the YouTube streets? Silly Gilly? Yeah, that's Gilbert Arenas' name. Silly Gilly. I'm starting to take anything that comes out of his mouth. We're just going to dispute it right away and bury it, because whatever he says is just stupid. I feel like before he does this interview, he does cocaine or something, because sometimes he just don't make any sense. He be talking like, if you put Giannis in this age and then you put Jordan in this age, now if you put Kobe in this age and walk him down to McDonald's, then you got to make sure LeBron's at McDonald's. Then you got to make sure Larry Bird goes to Burger King. And then if Larry Bird doesn't go to Burger King, he got to go to that trap house around the corner down the street in South Central. But then you got to have Magic Johnson walk across the ocean to get to China. That's how you determine who's the best basketball player of all time. It's like, shut the hell up. I ain't know what you just said. That's what Gilbert Arenas be sounding like. Completely ridiculous. But John Morant, man. I'll keep him last. I want to talk about the last person that was on the thumbnail. The Suns. Now, since I live in the Valley of the Sun, I'm trying to keep my ear to the streets out here. I don't really hear too much people talking about the Suns right now, or KD. But I think it was ESPN. Yeah, it was ESPN because I was watching ESPN. Yeah, ESPN. And what's it out here? Bally Sports out here? Was it Bally Sports out here? Is it Bally Sports out here? It could be Bally Sports. There's something out here. I forgot what the regional TV network is out here. But they get all happy about the Suns because they beat the Charlotte Hornets, who don't have LaMelo Ball anymore because he broke his ankle or fractured his ankle. I'm gonna keep cooking on KD because I know some of y'all people hate me cooking on KD. I'm gonna keep on cooking on KD. I don't care how many times people keep saying he was a free agent in 2016. So what? He joined the team that beat him. That's not a competitor. He's not a competitor. That was my point when I first made that video. He is not a damn competitor. He wants to take the easy roads. But I think Suns fans are trying to be quiet because I remember Suns fans are just as boisterous as the Suns team, period. They like to talk a lot of mess. And then when things don't go right, especially in the last 2 years, since they've been competitive, I'm gonna say this. After the Bucks beat them in the finals, I didn't see a Suns fan nowhere near or far. I ain't seen no Suns flags no more. The stadium went dark for 8 days straight. Pretend like the stadium wasn't there. Took all the Suns stuff off. I ain't seen no Suns apparel nowhere. Took all that down. Put Cardinal stuff up, or Diamondback stuff up, or ASU stuff up, or University of Arizona. All the Suns stuff went away. They pretend like the Suns didn't exist. And then last year, after they lost to Luka, you didn't hear anything about that anymore. All the Sun stuff went away again. They replaced it with freaking ASU, Cardinals, Diamondbacks. Oh, I forgot about the Arizona Coyotes, everything else. They replaced Sun stuff with the freaking roller rink team out here. But as we all know, KD can get locked up, right? We've seen that against the Boston Celtics. It's not that hard. But as I always say about the Suns, they're lacking defense right now. And that is someone outside revving up the engine. Read this right now. Gilbert Arenas wasn't a championship caliber player to begin with. No, Gilbert Arenas didn't have the mindset. He's the freaking prequel to every NBA player we got now who only care about their money. Talented, but they only care about the money and how many freaking thoughts they can get off the court. Gilbert Arenas is getting paid on the table by Lord LeBron. But Ja Morant. Ja Morant. I already made a video about him earlier, a couple of days ago, but this kid, man, I just find it funny though. Because some people are trying to make excuses for him. Because the 17-year-old is in the wrong, whatever. But how about the whole security thing at the mall? What was up with that? What is up with you or your friend putting red dots on the opposing team's employees? Are we defending Ja Morant because we like him or something like that? Because I just find it funny how everybody's quiet about his freaking gangbanging ways, but everybody and their mama brung down 10,000 fires on Kyrie Irving for sharing a tweet. I don't get it at all. I just don't get it. People keep trying to make excuses for him too. Oh, he's from South Carolina, a bad part of South Carolina. Oh, he plays in Memphis, blah, blah, blah. It's just like, where is the accountability at? Let's not do this now because we like Ja Morant. We think Ja Morant is a superstar. Let's not do this. Let's not do this. The man has to keep himself out of trouble. Because there are dogs and snakes and wolves out there, either in the media or even on the streets, in the trenches, They love to have what John Morant has, or love to freaking diminish his character. I ain't trying to diminish his character, but he has to stop all this damn goofy stuff. That's the problem with the younger generation, especially in the black community. They just think they can do whatever. They listen to this damn rap music. They listen to the rap music. They can live the lifestyles of Pooh Shiesty and what's it, NBA YoungBoy and all these other rappers that I don't listen to like that. I looked at John. I think it was an Instagram picture. They showed what John Morant listened to pregame. All I saw was Pooh Shiesty, NBA YoungBoy, and some other dudes I don't know. And I can tell they rap about the trap, drugs. I smoked this dude. That's the problem with the black community. Don't get me wrong. I listen to some of this music, not all of it, but I don't not emboldened by it. You do that stuff when you're younger. When you like 15, 14, 13, if anything. But when you get to 23, 24 and a multi-millionaire with a new NBA shoe contract, Powerade contract, everybody knows your name, know who you are. You gotta walk differently. You gotta be differently. You're a brand now. We're not somebody in the trap or in the trenches anymore, which he has never been in. He ain't never been in the trenches. This fool, as much as some people don't like him, I know a lot of people don't like him. I know certain YouTubers don't like him, but what they call him, the Blob, aka what's his name? I don't even want to say his name. He used to be on Fox Sports, and he was on that one YouTube sports station. I can't think of it right now. I used to listen to him, but I stopped listening to him when they went in on Deshaun Watson. They just ignoring all the other details, but I forgot what it was. But now he has his own thing on YouTube. Dang it, I forgot his name. Too Raw calls him the Blob. But anyways, he called John Morant Memphis Most Wanted, aka Malibu's Most Wanted. If you ever saw that movie, that's basically John Morant. Fake thug. You're a suburban kid, man. Your parents kept you out of that. You don't go back to that, even if you was part of that. You gotta move it a little bit different. I know it's probably been some other sports stars out there, which I know, that grew up in South Central, that knew people that was really in the trenches. But you know what? Those dudes that was in the trenches told these sports stars, you don't want to be here. Do something with yourself. Don't be around here in these trenches. DeMar DeRozan grew up in South Central. I'm going to use him as an example. He got the hell up out of there. I don't know why we're so in love for being in the trenches, being gangbangers. It hasn't worked out for any of us in the long run. Either we're going to end up 6 feet under or end up behind bars. Getting our commissary taken, all kinds of dumb stuff. But John Morant, he got to change up. This keep going on forever. And he keep making excuses for him. People are making excuses for him, like how women have excuses to do what they want to do, but we ain't talk about what women do. That's a touchy subject. I just listened to 20 minutes of what is it called? Whatever clips on YouTube the other day. Man, I don't know how some of these dudes sidetrack. I don't know how some of these dudes with these red pill podcasts talking about relationships between men and women, people like that, people like Kevin Samuels. I don't know how these people do it. I don't know how Kevin Samuels did it for as long as he did before he untimely passed away. Oh, my blood pressure went up. Listen to some of these women talk about what they want from a man. It is ridiculous. It is crazy. I don't get it. I don't know how people do it. I can't do it no more. I can't listen to that type of stuff no more. Just like I can't listen to anybody on YouTube who do videos on let's say Disney Star Wars or MCU or anything like that. I can't do it no more. Every time I hear about a character is getting destroyed in a movie, it brings my blood pressure up. It's ridiculous. Ja the Don Morant. Yep. That's what I'm gonna call him now. The Don Morant of Memphis, Tennessee. Ja's mom had to call him. He brought 9 of his goons. That's what they are, goons. He needs 9 goons to threaten average working employees. Yeah. Intimidation. Ja can't be no real gangster. Picking on innocent lives. You can't be picking on those 17-year-olds or people trying to do their job. He trying to gangbang on employees at a mall. He trying to gangbang on Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp sitting courtside. He trying to gangbang on Shannon Sharp. Talk about we let him live. We let him live. That's how we do. That's the kind of guy I am. We got other things to worry about. We got other, jobs to worry about. I'm trying to sound like Tony Soprano. It's so hard to sound like him. But it's ridiculous. Kevin Samuels really woke everybody up. Yeah, he did. He definitely did. It's funny though how people didn't like Kevin Samuels and all this stuff. He hated him because he thought he always bashed women. First of all, he didn't just bash women, he bashed men as well. But some of those clips that people watched about Kevin Samuels when they think he's bashing women, those clips are taken out of context. People didn't sit there and watch the whole entire live stream that he had and realize that when the woman came onto the show, he wasn't attacking them. He was just telling them, keeping it real with them, which some people don't like to have no more. They don't like the people who keep it real with them. They just want people to keep faking it, telling what they want to hear. And Kevin Samuels wasn't telling people or telling these women what they wanted to hear. It is completely ridiculous. And then they wonder why they're single and alone at 32, 33, 34, 35, going up to their 40s and 50s. And I realize it's not just the black community. It's outside the black community. It's non-black women that act like this too. I experience it all the time. They waiting on somebody. They waiting on Jesus. That's the only perfect man that's ever walked the face of this earth has been Jesus. You ain't gonna get that. And a husband, at least. It's crazy. It's hard to find one out here. So they got this over entitlement to what they think they want. I need a high, whatever they call it, not high caliber, but I need a high value man. The freak you need a man with 6 figures for to make it 600, but you overweight, looking like a freaking linebacker. What's wrong with these women? And I always thought high value. It's not always high value is not always about money. It's also about character too. And some of these women don't even like character anymore because their character's all messed up. But anyways, man, I need to make a separate stream talking about that. I still can't believe women celebrate his death for so sick. Yeah, they celebrate his death. When I saw that on Twitter, I'm like, these people are lost and evil. What are your thoughts on Quinn Snyder's first day on the job franchise? It's hard to pay attention to the Atlanta Hawks. I don't think they're going to do anything, but what did Quinn Snyder do when he was in Utah? Did the Utah Jazz ever get to the Western Conference Finals? Nah, I don't think they did. It's amazing how they got rid of Nate McMillan. It's amazing. But I do recall when Nate McMillan got there 2 seasons ago, what happened to the Atlanta Hawks? They got a fifth seed, right? They beat the Knicks, and then they upset it, the number one seed, Philadelphia 76ers, even though Ben Simmons had some part in that, but they overthrew them. They won game one of the Eastern Conference Finals against the Bucks. I actually watched that game last night. Freaking ridiculous. I broke my freaking clipboard watching that game. But they take the Bucks to 6 even without Giannis. And then last year they get to the playoffs again, play in the play-in, get an 8th seed. They get a gentleman's sweep. But this year they're struggling. Where is their record right now, actually? Atlanta Hawks record, they are currently in the 8th spot at 31-31. But yeah, Trae Young, he ain't that good to me either. I don't think Trae Young's really that good. I'm sorry. He's a broke man's Stephen Curry. At least Stephen Curry can do other things. I'm sorry. Let's see here. I won't be surprised Trae Young tries to push him out too. Well, that would be probably next year. It's so funny how they quickly hired him too. I have a feeling that they never want to date McMillan there. I feel like they push certain coaches out because they actually act like leaders, act like true men, like they did to Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson should have known, being up in liberal ass base in the Bay Area, that Christian values ain't valued up there, especially as you think it is. Don't get me wrong, the Bay Area is nice. And when I went up there October, kind of want to go up there for my birthday next month, but yeah, it ain't the spot to live at and try to do all that. But I feel like certain coaches who bring leadership and hold people accountable with a certain skin color, I think they get kicked out the quickest. But if Nate McMillan is up for another job, he should go somewhere else, a different team. I don't know where, but they give these players way too much power, and this is what happens. It's quite fun. I think I just found out. Doc Doc Rivers told James Harden he sucks to his face. That crap is funny. Still the Mavs did the right move for trading for Luka. Yeah, they probably did. They got somebody who ain't a headache. Probably a little bit better than Trae Young. You know, Luka don't play no defense either. Mark Cuban and Trae Young were probably clashes like Rick Carlisle and Rondo. Probably. It's probably why he didn't want them. It's funny. I think Atlanta's trying to right their wrongs from 10 years ago. Well, not 10 years ago, but at the time, around 10 years ago, and try to right their wrongs. Because they actually had a chance probably 2005 to get Chris Paul, draft Chris Paul, but they ended up getting Marvin Williams. And I think they kind of regretted that decision ever since. But now, now they get a point guard, And now he ain't really panning out the way they want to. Now they looking over that Luka like, damn, maybe we should have got Luka. But it is what it is. I don't think the Hawks are going to do anything. If the playoffs was to end today, they'll be in the play-in playing. Who would they play? Because they're the 8th seed. Does it go 7-10 and 8-9? They'll be playing the Raptors, and I think the Raptors can give them that smoke. And then they will have to play either the winner of the Heat and Wizards, which I think both of those teams can give the Hawks smoke. So they can possibly not even make it to the playoffs. And if they do make it to the playoffs, they get their ass swept. Depends on who they play. So right now, they end up, say if they end up winning games in the play-in, they will either have to play the Bucks or the Celtics. And they're getting their ass whipped from left to right. So, RIP to Kevin. Yep. Now, I may not agree with everything that Kevin Samuels said, but he's a true definition of a real man and what this world needs. But they don't like real men, masculine men. Tell people what to do and when they need to do it. I think Two Ross said Harden and Doc were fun as yeah, I heard that. That crap was funny though. He said that Kyrie should have went to New Orleans. Ooh. Solomon Trump. That does not sound too bad at all. He still can at the end of the season. But I wouldn't. Well, I'm just speaking from experience. I'm speaking from the city itself. Dallas is not that bad. It's not that bad of a place. I thought I wouldn't like it when I went there last year for the first time because of all the damn Cowboys fans. But nope, I ain't see a single Cowboy fan in sight. But it's so funny how it's quite incredible how much Jerry Jones got his hand on that city. I think somebody else has a hand in the city too. I think it was Warren Buffett. But Dallas is a nice place. Don't get me wrong. It may not be next to an ocean or anything like that, but it may be an inland city, but Dallas is hip happening. Story time right quick. I had fun in Dallas when I went there in May. Now, compared to the nightlife here in Phoenix to the nightlife there in Dallas, it is completely different. Everybody's not so like out here. People are kind of like either amongst themselves or holding their nose high, like episodes of South Park when they start driving around on them Priuses with the pinkies up, and every time they talk, they move their nose up. That's how some of the people out here act. But Dallas, no, people talk to you out of nowhere. That's just Texas, period. Some places, because I also went to San Antonio on that same trip, and shoot. Man, I went sightseeing because I went to go see the Alamo and the Tower of Americas and all that. People saying good afternoon, good morning to me. I was like, wait, what is this? It was someone dude told me top of the morning to you. I'm like, wait, what? People got manners out there in Texas. I was at Six Flags over Texas, right? And this one guy, my mom would call him, I don't know. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna go that far, but he looked kind of rather ragged. He looked like he came from the country trenches and all that. He came up to me politely. Can me and my father go ahead of you in line? Because we want to ride the ride at the same time, riding the Texas Giant. I let him go ahead. Since he said it so politely. People are polite out there. Unlike here in California. I ain't gonna talk about California, they crazy. But the women out there in Dallas, now, it's funny. I think we went to two different spots. We went to two different spots out there. Tell me why every woman that was not black came up to me and who I was with. No black woman paid attention to us out there. All the Mexican women, all the white women, all the different types of Latinas come out there. Yeah, everybody but African American women coming up to us. They didn't even look our way. I had fun out there. Gotta go out there again. But if I was Kyrie, I'd stay out there. I reckon. Buy himself a pickup truck. Cavs have been very quiet lately, staying in the fourth seed. They keep losing. They'll win games, then they lose some. Same thing with Philly. They'll win some games and they lose them. That's what's going on with them. The Nets are falling flat on their face right now. Yeah. Where is their record currently? I should be putting this on the screen, but every time I do this, it's freaking ridiculous. Nets are currently in 60, 34 and 28. Lost 2 of 8. 2 of their last 8, I should say. The playoffs was the start right now. They would play the Sixers. Ooh. Too bad Ben Simmons won't play that. If the playoffs was to start right now, Ben Simmons would duck the fade against the 76ers. He would hide. He would be nowhere to be found. Coward. Straight coward. But yeah, the Nets have been falling, which I kind of predicted they would. Now, will they make it to the playoffs? They might make it to the playoffs. Man, they might be in the play-in, but if they keep that 6th spot, yeah, they definitely gonna play the Sixers. That's if the Sixers don't stop falling too, because 76ers are 6 of 4 in their last 10. Cavs are 6 of 4 in their last 10. Celtics are 8 of 2 in their last 10, and the Milwaukee Bucks are undefeated. Milwaukee did not win a game, did not lose a game in the month of February. But nobody wants to talk about it. They didn't play anybody. Let's see here. Bucks do play the Sixers tomorrow at 6:30. Let's see here. Let's see who the Bucks played in the month of February since they started this win streak. The last time the Bucks lost was January 21st to the Cleveland Cavaliers, 102 to 114. Since then, they beat the Pistons. Yeah, you gotta play who's in front. They beat the Nuggets, even though freaking Jokic, everybody's MVP, ducked the fade and didn't play that game. They beat the Pacers. They beat the Pelicans with I don't think Zion played, but Brandon Ingram and no, I don't think anybody played that game. They beat the Hornets. They came back and came back from 20 down to beat the Clippers. The same Clippers that I talked about earlier. They beat the Heat. They beat the Trailblazers with everybody, with Damian Lillard. They beat the Lakers, even though LeBron once again ducked the fade, left Anthony Davis out there. They beat the Clippers again, but I don't think Kawhi or Paul George played. I think Paul George played that game. Let me see. Yes, Paul George played that game. Kawhi didn't play that game. He ducked the fade and left Paul George out there by himself. And that was a blowout game anyway. So they beat the Clippers twice in this. Let's see here. They beat the Celtics. I think Jason Tatum ducked that game too, because they say he was sick, and the next day he ends up playing against Detroit. What does that tell you about some of these players? But anyways, the bench is formidable from what we saw. They beat them in overtime. They blew out the Bulls. That's the game Giannis got hurt his wrist again. That game wasn't even close. They blew out the Heat. That's with everybody. That was with Jimmy Butler, Kevin Love, everybody. And that was without Giannis. They beat the Suns without Giannis. Handled the Nets. Handled the Magic. And they play the Sixers tomorrow. Giannis needs his revenge. The next games coming up will be the Wizards, the Lonely Magic, the Nets again. And then they go out west to play the Warriors, Kings, Suns. Then they play the Pacers, Raptors, Spurs. They need to beat the Spurs. I don't know how they lost to them. This is a weird ass schedule the Bucks got. They gotta go back out west twice. But anyways, let me get to some of these chats right quick. That's the Bucks' schedule and what they have been doing since then. But nobody wants to talk about them. I don't want to talk about them. I don't want to talk about them at all. I agree, franchise. Dallas has some fine women too. Yeah, they do. San Antonio did too. And a hootie hoo to you. Did you hear the rumors that Harden could go back to Houston? Like, why? Uh, Apparently, I think he still has family out there. And I think some of his family is out in California because that's where he's from. But if he had most of his family in Houston, I see why. But whatever, go back to Houston. I don't think they gonna like him down there. Solomon Trump, Texas Latina and Asians are underrated, thick and elite. Now I didn't see too many Asians down there, but I saw a lot of Latinos down there. I think we went to this one bar. The first bar we went to in Dallas, it was this Latino bartender. As soon as we walked in there and got to the bar, she gave us free drinks, like 2 rounds of beers for free. Just us. I'm like, what the hell? Is that how y'all move down here? Everybody else got to pay. Funny. And they're cooperative. I mean, moving out there as soon as I get my degree. Shoot. I don't have to wait on the degree. I'm going to move out there now. I'm thinking about moving out there, but everybody else want to move out there. Who does? I got all these Californians trying to move out to Arizona too. We'll see. Ben Simmons will make up excuses not to play Philly. Yeah, he would. Be talking about my toe hurt. I cracked my toe. My trachea is broken. My toenail is broken. I cut my hair too low. I can't play against the Sixers. All kinds of dumb stuff. The Nets are a project with Claxton, Cam Thomas, Finney, and Dinwiddie. Don't forget Solomon Trupp. What's the dude from they got from Phoenix? If he stays on there, what's his name? I can't even think of his name right now. All these names are. Let's see here. Mikal Bridges. Yeah, don't forget about Mikal Bridges. That's if he stays there. I would like to see if Mikal Bridges doesn't stay on this. I would like to see him on the Bucks, though. He's still young. He's only. How old is Mikal Bridges? Mikal Bridges is only 26 years old. Bucks can use somebody like that as a wing. Cam Johnson. That's the other one. That's the other Cam. Do you think Father Time finally called with LeBron? Yes, most definitely. LeBron fights like a younger man. Nothing held back. If you can guess that quote, you get a cookie. Who said you fight like a younger man? Nothing held back. Who said that? I want to know anybody in the chat knows who said that. Very famous. It's a very famous movie, part of a very famous franchise, and a very famous character. Cam Johnson. But yeah, Father Time has caught up with LeBron. Even though some people might not like to hear that. He don't jump as high no more. I can see it. You can watch old videos from time he was in Cleveland the first time. Even can watch videos from the time he was in Cleveland the second time. You can tell that his hops have diminished big time. His motor ain't as high no more. He don't move the same. He got the old man move now. He's just not the same player no more. And I think it's finally time for him to give it up. You got the scoring record. You're never going to catch Kobe or Jordan or Kareem when it comes to just accolades and period. What everybody thinks. You're never going to be declared the GOAT. Maybe from your freaking fellow minions underneath you think you're the GOAT, but generally, nobody's ever going to think you're the GOAT. So why you keep playing for it? Give it up. Go do whatever. Now, time is up. Let somebody else carry the torch. I think as soon as he leaves the NBA, I think the NBA might be a little bit better off without him. But that's just my thinking. Zion can't be that guy if he keeps getting hurt. Nope. Not at all. He can't. I'm starting to think he never was going to be that guy. Like Zion, I said this before, Zion gotta lose a lot of weight. I think that's his issue. He's carrying too much weight, and I don't think his muscles and joints can carry all that weight the way he plays. That's why he keeps getting hurt. Watch LeBron, the GM for Bronny when he gets in the league. Why you had to say that? Why you had to mention that? God. I don't want to see that at all. But that'll be his way of being in the league still somewhat. Because he can't leave. He can't let it go. He needs to be loved. Probably some of the reasons why Giannis ain't and the Bucks ain't being talked about. They gotta talk about him. Honestly, franchise, I think LeBron has another trick up his sleeve to make another super team. I don't know who he gonna get over there. Zach LaVine. That'd be the only person that probably want to go over there. I don't know why. I don't think Kyrie wants to play with him. If somebody threw me under the bus like the way he did earlier this season, I ain't playing with him. I don't think he wants to play with him. It's just too much stuff going around him. Zion needs custom sneakers. Zion need a custom weight plan, diet plan. Stop eating all that freaking gumbo. Mixed with them Twinkies down there, whatever he eating. All that sugar biscuits. Also, like how the refs are trying to rig games for the Lakers to win all of a sudden. You know, another subscriber said the same thing. I also said they can rig it all they want. And they keep losing. If they get to 30 and 35 in the next couple of days, I think it's over. Because now they have to win. What can you be? 45 and 35? Or 47 and 35? He don't even have to be that. He's probably going to be 33 and. The target for the Lakers to get to a play-in, at least to be qualified for a play-in, they could probably have to win 38 games, maybe, to get to the play-in. At least so they got to win 8 more games to qualify for a play-in. LeBron's a narcissistic maniac. He needs attention. Not just a narcissistic maniac. He's a narcissistic melomaniac that needs attention. Everything he does is through attention. Like that tweet he put up 3 years ago, threatening that cop who had to do what he had to do in Ohio with that one teenager who was swinging that knife around, about to stab about to delete the other teenager. That type of stuff. It's crazy. He just doesn't know how to keep his name out of anything. I remember last year he made a tweet, right? I think it was last year during the summertime. He made a tweet saying, some of y'all are, I think, somewhat like this. He said something like this, but don't know how it feels to be alone or something like that. He said, and it's just like, what are you talking about, my guy? What is going through your head right now? Something was going on with him. He'll live through his son. Yeah, he gonna try to. He don't live through his son. Clutch Sports needs to be dismantled somehow, some way. Cause that's the freaking Clutch Sports is probably a cover up for some other stuff that I will not talk about on here. But Gilbert Arenas kind of already spilled the beans already on that show he be on Fubu TV. But I ain't gonna say anything on here. Did you hear John Morant thinks he's the best player now? John Morant is far from being the best player. Like I said before, just because you can dunk and jump high does not make you the best player. Did we consider D Rose to be the best player during his heyday? I think most people was probably even saying Kobe was still the best player in the league, even when Derrick Rose was won that MVP. John Morant's another person don't play no defense either. Just because you get steals doesn't mean playing defense. But anyways, I think I'm gonna end it here because it's been a long day for your host. Your host worked today, and then he went to the gym. Now he's here. I can't recall who's the best player in point beams at people. It's immature stuff. Immature. But before I wrap this up, I gotta plug my other channels. So lately, I've been working on my other channel as well, Franchise History TV, and I actually put out a couple of videos this week pertaining to one being that Cocaine Bear review. I put that out, and also put two videos about the DCEU. You guys are interested in anything superheroes over there? Put those two out. Put another one out on Monday, so you can catch that if you haven't already. But my other channel is Franchise History TV. My other channel, third channel, is Lone Wolf Adventure TV. When I vlog traveling, theme parks, museums. So far lately, it's been theme parks. That's all I've been going to every time I go out of town somewhere. For some reason, it's weird. But those are my two other channels, Franchise History TV and Lone Wolf Adventure TV. I'm thinking about starting a Patreon when I can just put all the stuff that you can't talk about on YouTube on there. Like I started one like probably 3 or 4 years ago, but never really got on to doing it. But I just think I might do it now. You guys are interested in hearing some other stuff that I can't talk about on here. Let's see here. John will be playing prison ball, playing basketball in Pelicans Bay when I'm through with you. 24 shoe. But anyways, yeah, I think I'm gonna end here. But shout out to go through all these comments. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Josh Johnson. Shout out to keep going down. Big Dane TV. He was in here for a minute. Somebody else is shout out to Solomon Trump. Let's see here. Shout out to all y'all out here. Anybody else in there that secretly didn't contribute to the chat. Like the stream, people. Anybody in the playback, like the stream. Can't say that enough. But also subscribe to the channel as well. I've been cooking out here. People gotta get cooked. That's the problem with some other YouTubers or people who come on there. They get so mad when I talk about their favorite player. But everybody gotta get the smoke. Yeah, if the Bucks are messing up, they gotta get the smoke. LeBron get the smoke. AD get the smoke. Kawhi get the smoke. Clippers in general get the smoke. Everybody gets smoke. I'm an equal opportunist. Everybody gotta get it. So I don't know why people get so offended when I call it their favorite player, especially them Jokic fans. I forgot to talk about Jokic, but he's no MVP. But anyways, I'm gonna talk about Jokic later. But anyway, I gotta get out of here. But shout out to everyone in the chat. I'm out of here. Peace. Oh yeah, always great stream. But yeah, don't forget to like the stream, guys. Like the stream.